figure the big three that everybody's
That's
talking
who
about.
I looked at.
Yeah, the big three. Jackson Powers Johnson, center from Oregon. You got Zach Frazier, the center from West Virginia, Deke's favorite school. And then you got Cedric Van Pran, the center from Georgia. Now, I got a chance to watch him, watch a couple of games on them, each of the dudes. To me, I kind of like him. Jackson Powers Johnson first, Zach Frazier the second guy, and then Cedric Van Pran the third dude.
That's what I got it chalked to. Yeah.
Yeah. I think all three are very good. All three bring something different. Jackson Powers, to me, is the best across the board in terms of physicality, athleticism, nastiness, finishes, the most comfortable in space, the most well-equipped.
He moves the best out of all of them.
Yeah, like to
it
me,
was almost like Pouncey.
That's me. Yeah. I was like, he reminded me, like he gave me Pouncey vibes. Wasn't like, because Pouncey is Pouncey, so I'm not gonna just put that on him. But like his fluidity,
looks like a bowling ball out there.
his ability just in space to get up on the second level and not get foot faked. A lot of times when you watch Zach Frazier or even Cedric Van Pran, you're like, yo, you're missing some of these dudes because in open field, that's us you're trying to hit. We're like, bro, I'm not to let no 300-pound man just hit me. I'm out that don't move. Now you done. But when you see them dudes like Jackson Powers Johnson, that was kind of what remind me of Pounce, where you're like, bro, you can't out athlete this guy because he's just as athletic, but he's 6'3", 300 pounds. Jackson Powers definitely gives you that. Like I said, I liked him a lot, man. I thought he was the most fundamentally sound. Also, I thought him and Zach Frazier fundamentals were probably the highest, of those three dudes in terms of consistently footwork, hand placement, keeping their head out of it. The only knocks that I had really on Jackson Powers was just a couple of times I saw him give up a little bit of movement versus the bull rush, some of the bigger body like D tackles. And I said, because of how athletic he is, and Pouncey would have some of this happen to him too, they overreach at times. And it's like, because he's so athletic, you get by this guy, and now the dude can low-key backdoor you. And it's not that he beat you. It's almost like you were too great that you took yourself out of position, so to speak. Sometimes that pops up with him when we're watching him like on toss plays or just plays where he's, zone or reach and blocking and stuff like that. But I'm like, it's not
the end of the world.
Yeah, I was like, it's not a lot of negative with him.
Because we were talking a little bit of the same thing with Linderbaum.
About
the bull rush and taking on bigger defensive tackles. Mm-hmm. Obviously, he's worked out just fine.
Yeah, so that's my thing. I'm like, to me, Jackson Powers Johnson was the favorite of it. Next, I thought Zach Frazier, like I said, man, I liked him a lot. I just thought that he was just a little bit less of Jackson Powers. Like,
yeah, he's just not as athletic. He's just solid.
Yeah, he's
really
like
solid
he just
player.
looks good across the board. Like, he's got the effort, he has the fundamentals, he has the nastiness. He's gonna get the pancakes. Not as many pancakes as Jackson, but he's gonna get the pancakes. He's good in pass pro. He can anchor versus the bull. Not the strongest, but it's like, yo, you see him work. He's not the best in space, but he makes his blocks in space. And I also like the fact that with him, you got flexibility too. You can play him at guard. You can play him at center. I just think that he was just like a little bit lesser version of Jackson. Like,
yeah, I felt the same way because he is a little bit lighter. Mm-hmm. I think they're around the same height.
Yeah, because he was probably
not
the
as
smallest
athletic
of the group. Yeah,
not as athletic, but man, you could tell he's just a technician back there. Like, he holds his own.
Absolutely.
But he's not going to be as good as space as the JPJ. Mm-hmm. But I liked him. Yeah, if we get him and he's been moving. Both these centers have been moving up the draft boards.
Yeah.
Now, JPJ, I can't believe I'm calling him JPJ, but if we draft him, we're going to have two on the team.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he's going to go first round if we're going to want to get him. And then maybe Frazier, second or third. Round. I would love that. Yeah. That would be completely fine. And then Van Pran, I got him third, so I don't know exactly where he's going, but I feel like third rounds would be more fitting for him. He doesn't look as good as the other two. It seems like there's just a tier difference.
Yeah. I felt like it was a gap. I thought Jackson Powers clear-cut 1, Zach Frazier clear-cut 2, and then I definitely thought it was like a bigger gap between 1 and 2 than it was, or a bigger gap between 2 and 3 than it was between 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Yeah, Cedric is Cedric, I love his size, man. 6'4", 310. They haven't listed at 6'4", 310. He just looked to me bigger than the other guys. Like, just watching him, I'm like, bro, you look big. Zach Frazier look kind of small.
Look like a tackle.
Yeah.
Tackle playing center.
Seriously, bro. So I'm like, yo, I love your size. I think he's a really good athlete. Has positional flexibility. Played center, played guard at Georgia. And I think he runs his feet on occasion, man. When he is engaged, he can finish you. When, you you're watching how he wins. He doesn't always win with his physical traits. Sometimes he'll actually win with smarts, beat you to a position and just kind of, use his body to shield you off, so to speak, versus the typical or traditional hat in hands or let me cut you off hat in hands. So it's some of that savviness that I do like. I just thought for me, man, he was just a little too laissez-faire, chill with his play. I don't want to call him a lazy player, but his motor didn't look like Jackson or Zach Frazier.
No.
To me, I don't know if it was a Georgia thing, because you remember when we talked Broderick a year ago, and I was like, yo, I love Broderick. I think he's a great athlete, but at times I'm just like, yo, like, give me a little more. And then we said in the preseason, it was like, yo, I think he's nice, but I just want a little bit more urgency. I just want a little bit more finish. When I watch Cedric, I kind of get them vibes. It was like, bro, you're nicer than this. You could kill this dude, but you're kind of just chilling. Like, you won. Like, yeah, you ate your block. Your guy make the play, but it's like you can make it a lot easier on that guy. You can make it a lot better on yourself if you just do it. So I don't know. I don't know if that's just who he is, but that was kind of how I was when I was watching him, bro.
I wouldn't be too ecstatic if we drafted him early. If we got him in the 3rd or the 4th or something, then yeah. But between those three, I would definitely prefer Powers Johnson and Frazier.
Yeah, that was my thing, bro. I'm like, yeah, it was nothing against the kid personally. But I'm just like, bro, you're watching these other two guys play. Watch how these other two guys play. They're playing through the whistle. You watch him play, and it's kind of like, all right, the play's still kind of going on, and he just kind of just chill it. It's like your guy's not doing nothing, which is good, but it's like, yo, go hit somebody, go be active.
He's not getting smoked.
Nah, he's winning, but he's just
there.
Chill, yeah.
You're right. Just that he's utilizing that big body and shielding dudes off. Just making it tough for defenders, but I mean, I'm not seeing like a takeover ability.
Right. Whereas when I watch Jackson, I'm watching Jackson physically take a man, and he's like, "Come here." I'm watching Frazier. Come here. I'm just like, yo, that's what I want to see. Like, if you're my old lineman, I want that in you. I want that. That's
particularly at center.
Yeah. So that was my own thing, man. But I'm definitely one of those three. Preferably one of the top two, though.
Yeah, we
preferably one of the top
center.
two. Yeah.
Unless we do it in free agency, which I don't think we're gonna do. I think we're gonna draft either Frazier or Jackson Powers Johnson. I think we definitely got our hand out there now.
Yeah, we tipped it. We definitely tipped it. But we do have a caveat. We still have the James Daniels potentially moving him to center. I don't love it. I
don't feel great about it.
I don't love it. I don't love it. But as a worst case Band-Aid, because
you could step back too.
Because you could bump him to center, put Nate Herbig at guard, and now you still kind of got your Band-Aid situation there. Worst case scenario.
If we had to play tomorrow.
Right. If we play tomorrow. But I do feel like you put yourself in a little bit of a bind in the first 2 rounds. You're going to need to take a center, man.
Have to.
Because you have no depth. You don't have a starter or you don't have depth. It's one or the other. Because if we saying Daniels and Herbig are your depth, then who's your starter? Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the best play is go corner in free agency. And then either double O lineman, first, second round, either to take a guard tackle and then a center in the other round.
Shout out to Rod Dolly. He brought up Spencer Anderson also can play center. Still.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. 7th rounder from last year.
Right. But that's just like, do you feel comfortable? I mean, if that was your guy.
No, I want this Jackson Powers Johnson, dude. I'm not even in front. But if you go corner, then you could either do double O lineman in the first 2 rounds, or you could do O lineman, particularly center and like inside linebacker. Yeah, because I like some of these linebackers. I like some of them. I was watching them yesterday too.
Oh yeah, I watched Let's Go UW's boy Easton Gibbs. Easton just man, all your linebackers, bro. I love it. You got the Logan Wilson, them Chad Moments, man. All them dudes look the same. Now I will say this: I do think the other two were better. I think Logan Wilson's the best of the group. Mumu was the second. Easton straight though. I like Easton, man. I think he moves well in space. Definitely good in coverage, stuff like that. Productive, super volume tackler, 100+ tackles back-to-back seasons too. I do like that, man. Shout out to Easton. But yeah, he got that Wyoming LB. That's Y'all keep a guy over there now. I'll peep you.